You're about to listen to an excerpt of Secret City Geek Lab broadcast on KTSTFM.com every Wednesday at 7 o'clock p.m. For more news, reviews, and interviews from the world of geek, visit the Geek Lab at secretcitycomedy.com/geeklab or like us on Facebook at facebook.com/secretcity. Enjoy the show. Coming up first is our video game review with Joey Shope. He's reviewing Madden 25. Celebrating 25 years of innovation, with Madden 25, you'll unlock the power, precision, and creativity of the NFL ball carrier. Whether you're slashing running back, dual threat QB, or ball hawking safety, unleash 30 new moves and string together devastating combos with all the new precision modifiers in Madden NFL 25. From Electronic Arts, available on PS3 and Xbox 360. And here's that review with Joey Shope. All right, here's Joey Shope. He's going to talk about Madden 25. So what do you think about the game?
The game Madden 25, I think that it took a lot of the stuff it had last game and then added some new features and then made it a little bit better. Now we can save that and use it for the next time they have a Madden game.
All right. So it's basically it's the premier NFL football game.
Yes, because it is the NFL football game. But yeah, I mean, it's just a really solid thing. You know, it does its job really well, and that's what, if you can take away anything from it, is you're going to play a really solid NFL game. The controls feel nice, everything feels smooth, but one major quality that they enhanced was graphics. Like, I looked at NFL 2013 just to compare, because I thought, there's no way these graphics are, like, this much better. So I plugged in 2013, and, like, the graphics are a lot worse. The everything from character models to the stadiums, just even, like, the fans, you know, the thousands of faceless fans you kind of just see in the audience, they look so much cleaner and sharper, and, you know, you could play it on HDMI or non-HDMI, and it looks really solid.
Okay. What about gameplay, in terms of controllers, things like that?
Personally, I was a little used to the 2013 model, because I played that a lot, of certain buttons do this and certain buttons do that. But all reality is, it took a couple of games to get used to it, but I'm fresh with it. I'm really good at understanding where the buttons go and you know, which trigger does what and all that stuff, all that good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that kept me away from football games is I think it's my personal fear of the controls and not picking it up, not understanding it.
Well, I mean, it's that's the thing about, like, sports games is they're very different from, like, you know, other kind of games. Even like shooting games, you know, they have a certain style. You know, left triggers aim, right triggers shoot. You know, all that stuff. You know. Puzzle games, you just walk around, maybe some camera movement. But yeah, sports games are definitely one of those things that you have to kind of, like, understand why they put some certain things certain places. Like, if your quarterback throws it, you know, you have like 4 or 5 receivers to throw to. You know, you know, you use the A, X, B, Y button, right trigger, right bumper rather. And even running, it's something different too. But I mean, I feel like the controls are good the way they have it. Mm-hmm. Of course, I'm sure you can change it to however you like it personally, but I like how they have this. I like how they have it.
All right, and so if a beginner wanted to play the game, is there a huge learning curve?
Yes and no. No, in the sense that if you've never played Madden before, you plug it in, you just go to the very first game. You can pretty much figure it out from there. You know, you click quick slants. It shows you the play that your wide receivers are going to run, and then you throw it to them. If you're on defense, you find out you want to do 2-man under, something like that. It's got the details for you. You can see what you want to do with your characters. But then yes is for competitive online play. By that I mean, there's a bunch of stuff in football called audibles where you change up stuff, but you can change up completely how everything's run on the line of scrimmage. Mm-hmm. You know, you can start off with some sort of running play, but then you end up having a deep, long pass just by pressing a couple buttons, changing some things. And if you're playing at somebody who knows how to do that, at someone who doesn't know how to do that, you'll get really confused as to what they're doing, and odds are you probably struggle a little bit. Right. So the kind of the deeper, more like headier stuff about football, you probably have to take a couple games to learn that. More than just picking it up. Maybe doing a little bit of research couldn't hurt, but. Essentially, if you just want to play against the computer, you totally could. You can just pick that up, no problem.
Mm-hmm. Do you have to have a deep knowledge of football strategy and things like that? Or?
I mean, you know, a lot of it's some common sense stuff. You know, if you're 3 and 18, if it's third down and 18, you probably should not run the ball. If you're close to the line of scrimmage, you don't have to throw it down the field. It's just so even some like the basics and very simple ideas just come from playing it. I think a lot of it comes from instincts and like what you think is the best idea for this current for your game or whatever.
All right, so and then what are some improvements from last year's?
Definitely graphics. Definitely, I feel that just throwing the ball and running it feels a lot cleaner, a lot more natural, and I really liked how it was last time. It's weird. People complain about that there's no real innovation to this, which I disagree because there is some stuff, but they feel like that it's just a carbon copy of the previous game in front of it. People were saying that 25 is exactly like 2013, but you can't change football. You can't just make new rules with it. With a shooting game, you can do whatever you want. You can fight aliens, humans, people from the past, the future, whatever. You can do all that stuff. But in a football game that's been around forever, you can't really say, now you can just, the ball will fly, or you can jump over the entire field. It's very hard to believe that these players of Madden are really upset that there's not a lot of changes.
What are some of the other modes that are available?
Well, some of the other modes, they have some standard ones, like create a character. You can create a character, put it in a league. You can do that simply. And then you can do kind of like create a character and have a story with it. You start off as some like rookie wide receiver, but they end up being the best wide receiver ever. You can own teams. You can play as coaches. You can make a coach yourself. My favorite though is Madden Ultimate Team, also known as MUT. What that is you're kind of creating your own team, which I thought was a really cool idea. You start off with a very basic. It's almost like they treat it like it's a trading card game, kind of. You start with a very basic pack. You maybe have 2 or 3 really good players, and then you kind of have some weaker players. It's kind of on a rating system from 0 to 100. 60 to 69 is weak characters. 70 to 71 is mediocre. 80 and up, that's where they start getting really good. So you start with a couple 80s, but like a lot of 60s and maybe some 70s. But then you play against the computer, earn some coins, which is the currency. And then you can buy better players. You spend a lot of time building and getting used to these characters and really liking them. And through that, you can build a really dynamic team. What you can do is also just microtransactions. You can buy some Microsoft points and then just pick up some bundle packs and stuff like that, which I'm totally cool with. If you have the money to spend, I'm totally cool with anybody doing it. But yeah, it's a really cool system. What they introduced this time, which I'm really liking a lot, is called chemistry. Essentially how that works is like each player has their own kind of specialty. So if you have a team made entirely of the same specialty, then you have this huge chemistry boost. So like, if your team rankings are like only like 80, but you have like 100% chemistry, you'll do better than some team that's just rated like 90 and 95.
Mm-hmm. All right. Sounds awesome. So from a scale from 1 to 10, how would you rate Madden 25?
I'll rate it a perfect 10 out of 10.
All right, great. That's Joey Shope and Madden 25. This was a production of Secret City Geek Lab on KTSCFM.com. We broadcast every Wednesday at 7 o'clock p.m. Visit the Geek Lab at secretcitycomedy.com/geeklab or like us on Facebook at facebook.com/secretcity.